Cool. I'm not live on the other one though, am I? Yeah, see, the other chat's gone. Okay, well, I got on live, by golly.
I just said he's live now. Go there.
Howdy, Wally.
Now I have to come over there to where you're at live.
Okay, they see me. No stinking badges. It's Miller time. You got that right, man. That was a nightmare. Yeah, hi, Bill. Hi, Dylan. Wilson James. G. Wolfman. Cuban 9 Splat. Howdy, howdy. Shaycasters. Hey, man, how you doing? Max McClure. Brian. 2 Brians in a row. What do you think about that? All right, man. You guys can, basically what I'm doing tonight is just kind of a, I don't know, ask me questions type of thing. I went out hunting today and got skunked. Skunked bad too, man. I dug some stuff. The only cool thing I dug was a hook that somebody had made out of a piece of heavy wire so you could drive it into some piece of wood. Other than that, nothing else. Kevin Hubbard, howdy. B. Shields, hello. 56 Chevy, howdy, howdy. Stephen Peasley, hi, Steve. And Annie. Randolph Rocker Clubly, good to see you. Ha, that's me. Paul Baker, hi, Paul. Hi, Ed. Skunk, yeah, I got skunked. I was skunk hunting. That's what it was. Well, if I was skunk hunting, I probably would have got one. Mark, howdy. Drain the swamp. Swampy. Yeah, I lost you on the other page, man. Hi, Vanessa. Lucky Luke Prospecting, 56 Chevy. Holy moly, man. We got a lot of people in here today. Okay. Making sure. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. She could come in and say hi if she wanted. She's just sitting right next door in her little office. I don't need no mods right now yet. I still need to figure out how to work this thing, Swampy. Oh, do. I have to wear glasses. See, I don't normally wear them. Henry, howdy. Vanessa, howdy. Okay, meteorites, Equinox 800 or the Gold Monster. Dylan, I'm going to say that either one will work. You would have to run the Equinox 800 in all metal. And being that most meteorites are pretty close to the surface, it should work just fine for you. If I was going to buy a machine to hunt meteorites alone, I would buy a dedicated gold machine like the Gold Monster is. Oh, wait, I got quiet. I started reading. Yes, live thing's new to me, man. I was out today, and like I said, man, I walked a long ways. I do pretty good for an old fart. I can cover quite a bit of ground. I take younger guys out, and they, hey, slow down, man. And I don't move fast when I'm detecting. It doesn't make sense. Okay, most machines, you need to try that with your own machine, whether you're a coin relic hunter or a nugget hunter. When you get a faint target, swing real fast over it and see what happens. A lot of times it's going to disappear, especially out here in the gold fields, because you've got a machine that's trying really hard to be able to limit the noise you hear from noisy ground. Okay. Metal detector is designed to make the ground invisible. That's what we're trying to do. And by doing that, we're able to hear targets in that ground. And golden nugget machines are much more, I don't want to say that. I'm not a detector builder guy, but I know they're built so that they can handle the hot ground. That's why a lot of the coin relic machines out there, whether or not a guy tells you, yeah, that works just fine. Nope. And I've tried a bunch of them. Trust me. Even the Mind Lab CTX 3030. I thought that was going to be just a killer machine for both gold and relics. Well, it is a killer machine for relics. It's probably one of the best out there. But it's doesn't work for gold nugget hunting. Lakes Creek. Hey Max, if you're going to Lakes Creek, I'll give you a tip. Get away from Lakes Creek itself. Get up the hill, sometimes over 200 feet, where Tammy got her chiggers. That's another story. Anybody want to hear the chigger story? Give me 2 yeses and I'll tell it. But anyway, a lot of the gold is stranded way up high, and where you find the you leave the 56 Chevy, don't go. They're up 200, 300 feet above the actual creek itself.
Someone asked about where the store located too.
A what?
Someone asked where the store located. Paul Baker said, "What town is your store in, Bill?"
What, hon?
He said, "What town is your store in, Bill?"
Oh, Morristown, Arizona. And that's a story in itself, you guys. And hi, Glenn. Hi, 56 Chevy. Good to have you here, man. I'll catch you around sometime, hopefully. Come to Arizona. Right there, Craig Robinson. Hi, Craig. Boom, that gets a bell rung on it, Craig. He's one of my Patreons. Okay. Morristown used to be on the other side of the highway here, on the other side of the railroad tracks. Okay, up until 1921, I believe it was. And the desert burns sometimes. Desert dog, howdy. And when Morristown was on the other side of the tracks, there was a huge brush fire to come through here. And man, I tell you what, I've seen creosote bushes, that's greasewood they call it, but creosote bush, and they're real flammable, even green. And when a fire comes through, it's hot enough, they just pop like popcorn, poof, poof, into flame as the flames are coming across. And it burnt the whole town, except for the old boarded up bar up front and the post office. Well, they moved the bar board by board. This is like a bordello type bar. They had women upstairs and rooms, and then they had the bar down below. And it was a train stop. Morristown used to be a train stop. And it was pretty cool, but they moved the whole thing across the road, and the post office ended up being a post office on the other side of the road, and then over there. Dale, I've given up on dry washing for now because, well, the dirt's wet, and it's cool enough for me and Tammy to get out there and really beat the ground with the metal detectors. And dry washing, if you notice, we go out real early in the morning and hunt till 8 or 9 till it got hot and we'd bail. And I prefer to nugget hunt. And a lot of people don't understand that it's not about the gold, okay? And you're coin and relic hunters, man. I know a lot of you out there, and we got some on here with us. But it's pretty cool that I lost my track of thought. Where was I? Somebody tell me. Ooh, Bill Shields, $3. Really? Come on, man. Or B Shields. I lost track of my thought train there because I was going off in another direction and trying to think and read. Thing by Swampy here. Nugget, sure, I got an idea how when you get a target, you bag it up and seal it. Untight shooting, $20. That off the Hasiampa. Oh, tax tokens, Paul. We get a lot of tax tokens right here in this old area. There's another fire. Okay, they moved everybody over here, and hey, Paul, send me a Paul B Shields. Send me your address on Google. My Google address, Southern Desert 1 at gmail.com, and I'll shoot you a sticker. Oh, I was on the dry washing. No, I'm not doing a lot of dry washing now because I'd rather not get that. Simple as that. I like the adventure. I like getting out there. I don't care if I get skunked. I like exploring, moving around. Standing there, shoveling into a machine is my cup of tea. And No, it's not about the gold. Lasky says, Lasky Land says it's not about the gold. And man, you are so right. Um, I sometimes will be out there hunting and I just sit there on my butt and look out across the land and think about it. And Max says we're the same age. Yeah, old. Um, and look out the land and wonder what it was like. I mean, you know what? These guys came into Arizona back in the day. All right, they didn't know where there was water. The guys that first started coming in here, um, they didn't know where. Ah, how about that, Adam? Good to have you aboard. And I don't like getting skunked either, but I got it today pretty good. I found a cool hook. But anyway, these guys were coming across that desert, not knowing if they're going to be able to find water when them canteens or whatever they had on them mules went dry. And I can't even imagine that, man. I'm out there. I mean, we can wear vests now that you soak them in the water and we're nice and cool and we're out there in the desert. And Adam, my break for bedrock. I'm going to give this guy a shout out, guys. If you aren't subscribed to his channel, you better get over there and have a look. You think I'm educational? There's some good stuff coming from there too. And these guys, I've known them for quite a while now. They showed up on my forum, him and Wade, years ago, and I've watched them blossom into some of the best prospectors I've ever seen. They're something. And Tammy's trying to moderate some of these questions, so I'm going to try to read them. Gold ring, man. You know what, Paul? I've never found a gold ring yet. Not to this day. I found everything else in the world and stuff that shouldn't be where it is, but I've never found a gold ring. See you later, Randolph Relic. Good to have you, man. Glad you showed up. What's your thoughts on the area of Tom Wells Road, west of Quartzite in the mountains? Smile. Land status can be a problem out there. Yeah, there's a lot of gold out there. Yes, sir, Bob, there is. But land status can be a problem, so pay attention to that and do some research. You can do good over there. The sidewinders still, if you're near them, do they bury themselves? Yeah, they do. They do, man. They look like the sidewinders when they bury themselves look like a cinnamon roll in the ground. The dirt looks like a little cinnamon roll on top of the coils, and that's how we used to look for them when we hunted them. But I don't mess with them anymore. Don't monkey with them. They're better off happy and doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, I'm going to find black sand. Yeah, well, black sand can pay off too in some places. All metal Mike. Hi, Mike. Good to have you. What detector do you have the most experience with where you can say you really understand it? Well, that's a pretty darn good question. VLF or PI. All right. I take the time to try most of what comes out. And my lab's my huckleberry. For me, it's as simple as that. And I can use other detectors, and I've tried them. I've tried all the newer ones that come out, the PI units, and I don't mention names. I don't do comparisons. I don't do any of that. I'm good with any VLF or any PI. It doesn't take me long to figure out what makes it tick, and I do okay with it. I guess if another company came out with a machine that would do better than the machines I'm using currently, I'd jump on it. Simple as that. Simple as that. And by testing other machines, I can actually at least be halfway right when I'm trying to describe something or how other machines work. And I think that's important to open your mind up and don't get the mine's a Harley and his is a rice grinder attitude, or the I got a Ford and you got a Chevy attitude. Because you know what? A lot of guys that have a Ford or a Chevy, it don't matter which detector they have, they can make them suckers sing. And I could give you examples of that, but we're not going to go into that. But the Gold Bug too, I think that one is just as much capable, almost, as the Gold Monster. But the Gold Monster is simpler to use and a little more sensitive and has an edge. Simple as that. Oh, you're very welcome, Adam. I just got to tell the truth, man. You guys blow me away. Um, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Ah, cool, Wally. You know what? That's cool too to be able to take that stuff back and give it to people. I like that. Every time we go prospecting, I come across an abandoned mine. I stop and think how hard they had to get back, and we have it now. Yeah, you got that right, man. We even got little bladders that can carry in their back with water in it. Um, I'm going to show you something here. I get stuff in the mail all the time, and I'm not used to that. Neither is Tammy. And it's like, check this out. Okay, this was sent to me by Outdoor Wallet.
Hold it up, though.
Okay, and it's a button he found, a very old button. I'm not sure how old. Wally, speak up, son. um, hey, William Baker's here. Hi, Bill. How are you? Timothy Swift. Holy moly, man, blazed. What about the ATX? I'll get to that in a second. But he made this, man. He wrapped this for me and sent this to me. And I usually don't wear much jewelry unless I'm stepping out. But when I'm stepping out, I'll put that on, by golly. The ATX is a good machine. And actually, that's how I got on YouTube back in 2014 when the ATX came out. Um, when it first came out, it had a problem with there wasn't enough shield. All Metal Mike, thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. It came out and there wasn't enough shielding in the control box. So when you got it close to your hip, if you're left-handed, um, your big butt would set it off because it would hear the salts in your body like a lot of these detectors do. So I got a hold of Rusty at Garrett, and we were going back and forth about that, and they ended up taking care of the problem. ATX is a great machine, great machine. Um, if you own one, you learn it, you're going to find gold. Simple as that. If you're asking me to do a comparison, I just go right back to what I use is what I think works the best for me, and that's my knife. Simple as that. I own four. They hunt gold. Well, five now. Okay, but I have the Gold Monster 1000. I have a modded GP 3500. Mike, send me your address. I'll give you a sticker too. By golly, maybe two of them. I get one of Tammy's for that. And I have a SDC 2300, and I also have a GPZ 7000. Okay. Um, I try to be helpful when somebody's looking to start in this hobby and they want to start out and have the best advantage possible. Now, if money's not an option, I generally don't, get too fluffy about my opinion on some of this stuff. But for most people, money is an option. And you can start out with a Gold Monster 1000, Fisher Gold Bug, a Nocta. Some of the other ones, the real sensitive one, I believe the Nocta's at 55 kilohertz, Gold Bug's 45. The Gold Bug 2 is 71, and the Gold Monster is 45. But the Gold Monster has a microprocessor, blah, 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 and it does some magical stuff. But that's where it started out, excuse me. It's a lot easier to choke down if you don't like this after you realize how hard the work it is. And now you got something in the closet that's worth about $800 and you let the grandkids play with it or kids. If you have a $3,000 machine in the closet, that's not too good, man. That don't make the wife much happy either. So I recommend you start out with a VLF. You start trying to go with it and you feel like you want to move up in the hobby itself, go for it. Go for it. If money's not a problem for you and you want to start out without one of the higher end units, does it give you an advantage? Yeah. When you're on ground with gold in it. Okay. I've told this story before. I'm going to tell it again. When I first came to Arizona, I was a biker. Okay. I came from Illinois. And the whole reason I ended up here is my dad taught here for many years, on and off for ASU for ornithology. And we came up one year with him, and I loved the place, man. It was stuck in my little kid brain because I could catch lizards and stuff, and it was pretty rocks. So I ended up moving out here when I was, I guess I was probably 20. And I found out I could ride my Harley year round, so I never left. Okay. And I've been here most of my adult life. And when I first got my first detector, it was a White's Goldmaster 2, I believe, late 80s or early 90s. I can't remember. But I took that thing out. And I thought there'd be gold everywhere. It's in the washers, right? You watch Gold Fever and all that stuff that was on back then. It's in the washers. You still have the washers in Arizona. Well, it took me a little while, and I realized that you have to do a little research. And thank you, Joe. I'm going to stop here and read a few.
Yeah, you asked the question.
Yeah. I'm trying to read them all. I get jabbering and I just go. Thank you, everybody. Vanessa, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Man, B Shields again, really, dude. Okay, you guys that are putting this money on these super chats, shoot me a address on Southern Desert One at gmail.com, and you get a sticker and some cool stuff. Who knows what I'll say? That's cool. Adam's hanging out. He lasted more than 5 minutes too. That's cool. How did you have my arthritis and considering the right can I hope it's still detect? Yes, I have arthritis in my hands. Riding a motorcycle, a hardtail Harley for most of my younger life didn't leave me in real good shape. A VLF machine, most of them were pretty light, and my hands were my arthritis is in my hands and my shoulders. I get some shoulder problems from riding a motorcycle all those years, and I'm able to swing okay. And sometimes I get sore in the knees and stuff. I just move slower. Well, guess what? If you move it slow, you've got an advantage. And I'm going to tell you a little story about training people. I train a lot of people, a lot of people. And one of the hardest people I have to train are not the people that have never detected before. They're all ears, okay? They want to hear what's going on. They don't understand detecting completely, so they're going to listen a little bit better. The guys that are coin relic hunters, 100 mile an hour. Okay, it's a whole different ball game. And when I coin relic hunt, I move pretty quick too. And I'm just looking to hear the hint of a good target, especially in trash areas, and then just back up and dig it up. And with gold hunting, man, we got to move slow. The slower you move, the better. And the more videos you watch, the more you'll watch. Most of us move very slow, very slow. And they're the guys finding the gold. And speaking of finding gold, I get asked a lot what detector I think you should buy. Okay, well, when I answer that question, that's just what detector I think you should buy. Okay, well, it's normally going to be a mine lab. Unless you find a good deal online, I can use Goldbug 2 or something like that. But I'd probably direct you toward a mine lab. And I like the other machines out there, but I can tell you the differences. But what you need to do, okay, I didn't have this advantage when I was young. When I started out, there was only a few players in the metal detecting field. And Randy Lunn, hi Randy, thank you so much, man. American Gold Prospectors, howdy, Brian. Man, this is great. There wasn't any books, or there was books. There wasn't any internet. Yeah, I'm old. Okay, so I didn't even get on a computer till '98. Yeah, '98. That's when I started my forum. That's the only reason I got on the computer to start for. I didn't know about email and all that, and oh man, what a swamp to get stuck in. But anyway, you have the advantage to be able to go online. Okay, you can watch other channels. Like there's several of them right in here that are very good detectors, and they're watching right now, and they'll talk to you. Go online and see what people are actually finding gold with. No rocket science there, my friends. And everybody will tell you how good something is, but when you go online on Facebook and holy moly, Wilson James, thank you. Thanks, man. Drum Detect. Holy moly. Oh, but anyway, you can go online and see what people are actually finding gold with. Woo-hoo. Yeah. And then you've done your research. It's your responsibility to make sure you don't buy something that's not going to work for you when you get out there. And I've done that. When I first started, I did some cheap metal detectors. And wow, Craig, Are you kidding me, man? Jeez, I'm gonna have to give you more than a sticker for that. So you guys all send me your address. I got stuff. Yeah, I got stuff. Mayor Videos, howdy, howdy. Paul, hi, Paul. This is great. I'm gonna be out here all darn night. No, no. I mean, yeah, it's cool, James Wilson, James, but or it must be James Wilson, I would guess. But it really helps. Okay, we go out and I retired here not too long ago. Most of you follow me know that. And I found out retirement's a lot more work than actually having a job because this is what I do now. And I got a passion for this stuff, man. I really enjoy helping people, and I'm not going to stop until I stop. Yeah, first time chat with you. What's going on? Prospector Gill, you're in Wisconsin. I know that. Joe Hill, thank you. Hit me up when you come out here, Joe. Yeah, and send me an email. Tell me you're on the chat and what you done. All you guys, I got stickers and other cool stuff. I appreciate it. I know I don't have to give you anything for that, but I feel like I should. Looks like you didn't get skunked today after all. No, sir, I didn't. Wayne it, Tracy. Good to have you. What's your using? No one talks about that. It seems to be more a matter of where to look. Wow, man. Okay, that's cool. You nailed it. I mean, you just nailed it 100%. Um, that's what my channel's about. That's what my website's been about. Yeah, I'm a dealership, yada yada. But anyway, I used to talk for the GPA shows, other clubs, written a lot of articles, stuff like that. Um, it's where to look. Okay, it does not matter how good of a metal detector. Okay, Mike, I'll get with you on the landscape in a second. How good a detector you buy. If you don't learn how to find what I'm going to answer in this next question, you're not going to find gold. That's what we were talking about when I first started out hunting washes, just any wash. I soon learned I had to learn a little bit of geology, and I got lucky and met some of the heavy hitters out there that helped me understand. Okay, how critical is understanding the landscape and geology to your success as a prospector? 100%. Okay, there is luck out there. Usually, even the luck doesn't happen all that often unless you know you're in a good area for that luck to spring on you. You don't have to take a geology course in college. You don't have to learn all that. You have to learn and understand metamorphic processes and how gold is produced and contact zones and how that all works in the formation of gold, how long it takes to form gold, how long the gold's been in the ground. This information is readily available. And you got guys like Jeff Williams out there. And Jeff's a hoot. Love the guy to death. I'll give him a shout out right here. He gets the message across in such a bizarre way. But you get done watching his video, you shake your head a little bit and you go, wow, man, that guy just taught me something. And he really got a good way of delivering. And I've learned a lot from Jeff. Wisconsin. I've seen a lot of gold come out of Wisconsin for some of you guys. Yeah, Jason too. He does quite well there. Fargo Wizards. Oh, he's here? I didn't even know Jason was here. I didn't see you sneak in, dude. He's one of my favorite people too. Did you get your stickers yet? Start passing. I love it. Yes, and that's the thing. Going online and use it. I try to tell people, man, there's so many free downloads out there. Free? Yeah, free. Okay. You type it in right now, or right after this chat, or whatever you call it, super chat or whatever we're doing there. Type in Arizona gold placer deposits and plastering, anything, Arizona gold deposits, whatever. And you'll come up with more free books you can download, the PDF you can stick at. And one of the most important books is gold plastering, Arizona gold plasters and plastering by Marine Johnson. And it's actually a rewritten copy of the from the Bureau of Mines in Arizona. And Wilson also does one. These books are great. They tell you why you're there, where the gold was found, how much gold was found, when the gold was deposited. And you start learning things like, you mean that gold's been there since Precambrian times? Look up Precambrian and see what that means. That means it didn't come from the mountains you can see over there most times. Most times that gold's been laying on the ground and moved around by the geological forces that made those mountains in the first place. They came from another deposit. And then you have secondary enrichments. I'm going to shout out Chris Ralph, professional prospector. That's another one. If you don't understand geology, Chris actually speaks English when he's teaching it to you. Oh, any good accessible public land with good chance of tiny pickers. Yeah, but you got to be able to find the areas where those are. And I hunt a lot of areas that aren't claimed or Lucky Fisherman has a dog with worms. Oh yeah, there you go. It took me a minute, Jason. But yeah, there is public land out here. Still has a lot of gold on it. People walk into it all the time. Yeah, Corey, it'll be here middle of January or somewhere in that area. They're completely out at my lab right now. Yeah, the glaciers tore stuff up on the East Coast. That was a bad deal. Oh, it's in the mail, Jason. Well, get a hold of me, Brian. What are you gonna do with the dredge here, though? I don't think we have any water.
We haven't had rain in
We,
forever.
yeah, I think we could fill you up a tub in the back or something, maybe. Yeah. Were there any flash floods in the last rain? Over 100 days of no rain. No, we haven't seen rain here that matters. Oh, Rushlow, thank you very much, and Merry Christmas to you too. We've had no rain in months, man, so that really mattered. We had a few 15-minute and 20-minute rain showers, and recently we had enough rain to actually make the roof leak, which is cool. Or except for the roof leak, but we haven't seen much rain, and we're in a dry spell right now, and the desert's showing it too. You watch some of my videos compared to last spring, and you can see the desert's in rough shape. And bad part of that is the pack rats now are having to resort to pulling off the little bitty buds on the cholla cactus. It's the little branches that they call jumping cholla, and it gets you. Well, they're pulling these little buds off. Hey Mo, send me your address. They pull these little pieces off. They eat the inside of it and leave a ring of thorns, and they just drop it on the ground. They're all over out there, man. And we took Bruno out a week or so ago, and he got tore up pretty bad. Yeah, Charlie. Well, get your butt over here, man. And I'm chopping it a bit for morels in the spring too, dude. But yeah, come on down, Charlie. You want to go hunt?
That's not the Charlie we know, is it?
Charlie Fox, yes, it most certainly is.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Charlie. Charlie the Mushroom Man. Yes. Tell her, Charlie. There he is. He said hi. Okay, any questions I missed? Ask again. Hard Rock University, great channel. Yes. Actually, I can't say much about any channels that I don't like. Everybody's got a message, and there's a lot of good stuff out there. There's bad stuff too. I don't know if you see these guys that are pulling nuggets as big as your fist out of sand and on a beach somewhere, and then some of the best ones I see these guys that are making their own little concrete and putting it in cracks and rocks, and they put like tumbled rocks from the tumbler in the crack, and then they magically discover this, and they break it open. There's a diamond inside this piece of tumbled agate, and it's just so amazing. But yeah, a lot of people watch that stuff, but I try to keep it real as I can.
Okay, out there, Wally asked if you ever use a large coil on the gold monster.
Rarely. There's a reason for that though. Is I have more than one detector. If I am going where if I need more coverage or more depth than the Gold Monster will give me with a 5-inch coil. I'm usually settling up to the 2300 because it'll hear those little BBs. It'll hear all that stuff, but it'll also hear stuff that is deeper and quarter gram and up, it just bangs on it at incredible depths. So that's I try to tell people this isn't a cheap hobby or business to get in. As you go along, the more successful you get, the more money you got to spend because you realize you need other tools in the toolbox. I mean, heck, you can't build a house with one hammer. Just how it rolls. So I don't use the bigger coil much on that simply because I'm probably out there using a pulse induction machine, which here's less hot rocks too. So that's it. B Shields again, dude. Come on, man.
Wow.
Thank you. Do you always find quartz where there's gold? Absolutely not, Mike. I find iron minerals everywhere I find gold. I can't. I probably could never say I don't, but I have found gold where there is no quartz. Now, whether there was quartz there when the gold got laid down in that deposit or not, I don't know. I mean, some strange things happen. There's places out here at LSD, Little San Domingo, that the gold can be down in cracks in tuff, which is volcanic ash that's been compressed and blah, 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 become a rock. But the only reason the gold's there is because millions of years ago, there was a layer of gold-bearing material on there that's now in my yard way down here. So there's no guarantees that there's going to be quartz present. I will say most times there is quartz present. Oh man, I love morels.
Someone's saying about Bitcoin.
I have no idea what Bitcoin is.
I don't have a clue.
Cool, Ed. I'm glad it got there. I was worried about that one for a minute. With the holidays and everything, then it's just, you never know right now. It's like flipping a coin. Mark, Heidi, YouTube blocks my comments. Can't donate. I see you right there. Best way to clean quartz out of gold? Good question, John. There's two ways I do it. If it's not something that I feel is special in any way, if you dissolve the quartz away, I smash them with a rock. Sounds violent, but that's what it is. A lot of them I just leave the way they are. I don't know. Let's look at these. Here is this nugget here. That's a pretty good sized nugget. Okay, and it's got a lot of quartz in it. And that one there, if I always want to get the gold out or show off the gold, I would put it in hydrofluoric acid of about 50%. You can buy that, and it's very dangerous. I mean, if you breathe this stuff one time, you're toast. Okay, but as long as you follow the guidelines and you use it, it works very well. For 3 days, that'll be nothing but gold. Now, if it's not connected inside where the quartz is, it's going to fall apart. And this specimen right here, I don't know if you can see the gold in here or not. Where is it? All right, there's the gold. You can see the gold in there. That one would just fall apart. Okay, so if I was going to sell this other than a specimen, I'd just smash it up and take the gold out of it. South Yuba. Never been to the Yuba or the American. Man, I'd love to one day. That would be really a dream come true, even if they have shut most everything down. What is acceptable reasonable price point for what, James? Gold or detector or what? Blazed. I own Bitcoin.
I don't even know what that is.
No, I don't either. I need to check out Bitcoin. I have no clue what it is. But I'm an old guy. So Meteorites. Oh yeah, I have. All metal Mike. Thank you, Mike. Again. Come on, man. Nice, nice, nice. Can you find a vein on the surface and follow like you do in the Aussie TV Gold? So yes, not as common here, but I have found stringer veins, and you just follow them right along with your detector and digging up the gold. Yes. Um, I've never found one with a lot of big gold, but I found a lot of them with a lot of small gold. We found a meteorite. I have Earl Henry. I have a meteorite with my name on it called Trilby Wash. Look it up in the online, and it'll come up with my name as the finder. That's pretty cool. And I found it about 5 miles from my house looking for gold. But I just met a good friend of mine, John Blenner, a few years before that, and you believe this is a long story.
Yeah, you were supposed to tell the sugar story. You forgot.
Yeah, I know. I know this is too much for me. I've been on here for like 2 hours. Um, not yet. But anyway, we used to throw away a lot of hot rocks at Gold Basin, and it was crazy. We just throw them away. They're everywhere. And then years later, we find out that they're actually meteorites. And then after I learned all that, I started paying attention. Found a lot at Franconia here, Gold Basin, and found my own out here at San Domingo called Trilby Wash. And it was worth $14 a gram. Oh boy, I know I'm missing some of your questions, but I'm going to do one of these a month, maybe more often. I don't know. This is, I should bought me 2300. You're very welcome, Jim. Okay, the Equinox 800 compared to the Gold Monster. Okay, this is an easy one. It's the difference between going into a bar and a bar fight and somebody slaps you in the face or punches you right in the eye. The Gold Monster, when it gets over a target, there's no threshold. There's no discrimination on when you're all metal. That thing hits like a cannonball, man. Even if it's real little, it sounds really loud. The 800, if you're in Gold 1, it will hear the target, but it's a lot smoother or not as aggressive. But if you put it in all metal, it really livens the target up some, but still not as much as the Gold Bug. If you want a gold dedicated, VLF, the Gold Bug's the way to go. If you want to do both, get the 800. Where am I at? Oh, that's what Bitcoin is. Okay. I'm not smart enough for that. Yeah, $8.99. How do you get your wife to agree that you need another toy? I mean tool. It helps that I make my living doing it. I still get the stink eye.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. She's in there. No, you don't. Yeah, I do. Trust me on that.
That's a bunch of baloney.
Yeah. Yeah, I get the stink eye. How do we get to Bitcoin?
Don't make me come up in y'all. It must have been.
Holy crap, huh? Oh. Uh-oh. Here comes Tammy.
I'm just standing in the doorway.
Come in and say hi.
Honey, I'm in my lounging clothes. I have no makeup on.
It might make the Bitcoin go away.
Hi, y'all. Hope you're having a good evening. I'm in my lounging clothes. No makeup on. Hope it didn't scare y'all.
Scaring me.
Oh, and here's Bruno. Bruni.
Do you run auto tracking for all detectors or just gold detecting EQ 800? Justin Auto, thank you. Send me your address at my Google email or any email will be fine. I don't run tracking as a rule. If I am in an area that I cannot work in all metal because there's too much mineralization, I may cheat and turn it on even on the Gold Monster, but that's rare for me. I hunt in all metal most of the time, except with the 800. The 800, darn near sensitive with it on or off, but I like the way it IDs hot rocks and stuff. So I do use it sometimes on the Equinox. Oh, Tammy's getting a lot of highs.
Hi, y'all.
Do I get tore up on every hunt? No, but Bruno does.
Bruno does.
Yeah, Bruno gets tore up on everyone, man. And like I said earlier, the pack rats are eating the guts out of the cactus right now, so it's really bad out there. They're everywhere. Until we get some rain, there's actually food out there. But no, I don't. Um, Sometimes I just like plow through the bushes and I get cut on my arms and my hands and stuff, but that's by choice, I guess, because I'm too lazy to walk up and around. Oh, where is Bruno? Bruno, come here.
He's a buddy boy right there.
Come here, boy. Come on up here. Come on. Here is the Wonder Dog in all his glory. Any outings coming up? I do a Patreon outing in the spring coming up. Other than that, it's with this COVID thing going on, Brian. It's kind of creepy right now.
Yeah.
But we'll do an outing to you anytime you want to show up.
Yeah.
So basically, we're doing mostly the Patreon ones now. And I don't know, man. This is a weird new world we live in right now. I'm not sure what to think about it all. Thanks, Lasky. I appreciate that.
You got more chihuahuas.
Oh, so Blind Monkey says hi, Bruno. Howdy, howdy.
Bruno, you're so rotten.
He is rotten.
You're so rotten.
I live in Sydney, Australia, and love your channel. Have you ever been to Australia to shoot nuggets?
Not yet.
No, I haven't, Brendan. And by golly, I'm trying to get there, but you got the doors shut right now because of COVID. We got a friend, and he wants to go, and we're working real hard to get over there. I'm going to try to find somebody to hitch up with, so I don't end up just stumbling around out there like a blind pig. I'm gonna swing the CTX 3030 in a bit. I love that machine. Man, that thing over here coins deeper than any machine I've ever used. Yeah, Rick, I know. We're laughing about that last night. I think we're gonna get Bruno some shoes. I don't know if he'll keep them on though. I bet he'll pull them right off.
I don't know what it is.
How did I settle on the name Nugget Shooter? Well, let me back up a little bit and I'll show you. Most people in the metal detecting world know of Mr. James Strait. Okay, well, I met him young in my metal detecting career, and that's Jim right there. We lost Jim here a couple of years back.
I got that picture for you.
And actually, his memorial is one of my Patreons, believe it or not. And Tammy got me this picture and put it together for me. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And Jim Strait, they called him Tailgate because he used to sit on the tailgate of his truck all the time when he was tired and stuff. It's kind of funny. But anyway, I met him years and years ago, and he coined me that. He called me Nugget Shooter. That's what he called me, so I kind of hung with it.
And then I stemmed my name from your name when I started gold hunting.
Where's your face?
Not there.
Hi, Bruce.
Made my
Good to
name
see ya.
Nugget Shooter Rip.
DSRT Drist Dog.
I'm trying to
Howdy.
deal with comments and everything.
Howdy, Rick.
Phone.
Holy moly. Man, I have no idea this many people would show up at this thing. I think I've been on for a while now. Almost been on for an hour. Blue Mountains, Australia. Hi, Steve. Oh, man, you're very welcome. I want to get over there and beat up on that bright red dirt a little bit one day. With the Equinox 800, do you ground balance manually whilst in auto tracking? No. Well, yes and no. I mean, if it sounds like it's getting a little wacky, I'll pump it real quick. But other than that, the auto tracking does a pretty good job, unless you get ahead of it. If you get ahead of the auto tracking, you have to help the machine understand what you want it to do. You're very welcome, Privateer. How's it working for you? Saying hey from Minnesota. Wayno, howdy, howdy. Piedmont Artifacts. This is a lot of fun. You know what? If I can figure out how to make this thing work without having to panic in the first 10 minutes, I'll do some more of these. Thanks, Blind Monkey. Appreciate that. I'm scared of California right now, but God, I love that place. Such a pretty place. Hello, Mineiro. Portugal. Really, man. Welcome. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, man, till I croak. That's what I'm gonna do. Like I was saying earlier, it's not as much about the finding of the gold as it is about being able to track down a place where that gold is, and the adventure and the desert itself, and just the feeling I get out there. It's a magical place to me. 1,000 gallons of black sand in one day. Oh boy. Do a live chat every week. Fans like to interact with creators. At least twice a month. We'll see. Maybe I'll keep this up. And so it's a good way, like you said, to communicate, and you can ask some questions. And some of these questions I'll end up addressing out in the field. Sometimes it's easier for me to answer a question while I'm out there. They say, this is what you asked, and here's what's going on. And I think it's important if somebody's going to get into this end of the gold prospecting community that you have as much information as you can get before you start. It sure makes it a lot more pleasant experience. Okay, what else we got? Yeah, Australia is something else, man, mineralization wise. But in some places, believe it or not, man, it's more evenly mineralized. Some of those areas are so mineralized over a wide area. Once you get your machine set up to run it, you're okay. Some of the gold fields here, geez, I walked 3 feet away and it's totally different ground, And the machines, you got to struggle. A lot of people don't realize how often we actually ground balance it out there. And anytime my machine makes a little extra noise, I quickly ground balance because it's the machine trying to tell me, hey, dude, you need to help me out a little bit here. I'm having trouble with the ground here. Rattlesnake Canyon. Ooh, boy, I like that place. I used to hunt there with, oh man, it's been a long time, but I used to hunt there with some friends. And Richard Delahanty, another one that is gone now, turned me on to that place back in the mid 90s. I'll tell you what, man, I found some beautiful gold in that area, and they got the biggest Joshua trees I've ever seen in my life. 4 people couldn't put your arms around them holding hands. Huge thing. Yeah, we got some nice gold back there. There's a little place back behind where the little sign is says you can't go back there with a motor vehicle anymore. We call it Gold Hill on the right, about a mile in. Boy, got a lot of gold like that hill right there. And around Vaughn Springs too, it's pretty darn good. I agree, Robert. I agree 100%. Yeah, I do too, Bakersfield. I love my 1,000. If I go a few days and I get skunked with the pulse induction machines, I'm going to grab that 1,000 because I can go out and scrape up a couple pieces pretty quickly. That's a cool question. Nobody's asked me that in a while. We had a claim for years called the Hard Road Claim, and it was up in the Wickenburg Mountains along the Hasselhoff. And there was an old mine up there. And this mine closed down right around the time of the war. And after the war ended, the mine was full of water, and they abandoned it. And then the people that opened up the Gold Bar O'Brien mine scavenged all the rail and everything out of there. But anyway, this thing caved in over time, and so you could like get into the portal here, and there's another place you can get into the portal. And we had permission from the woman that owned it before the people that own it now. And back then, nobody worried about insurance and stuff because nobody's going to sue you if they stub your toe. But we went in that mine, and in the walls of that mine, we got a couple of pockets that were 7 ounces, 6-ounce pocket, several just multi pieces of gold in there. Ugliest stuff you ever saw because it's embedded in the hematite in the where the rhyolite contacted in there, and the rhyolite and hematite were mixed with the gold was in that. And pretty amazing place. We used to go up there and fill 5-gallon buckets with specimens back in the day. Oh boy. Went to Monarch Wash. Monarch's good. I saw a real nice nugget come up. Somebody caught out of Monarch Wash recently. I think it was almost a half ounce. Pretty close. Honey riverbeds, is it worth to hike up the hills? Yes, absolutely. We were talking about that earlier, Jeremy. Up at Lakes Creek, for instance, here in Arizona, Lakes Creek produced oodles of gold. I don't even know how much production came out of there. They ran a dredge up and down it. But everybody, there's still gold down in the creek. Don't get me wrong. Go down there panning and fooling around, a lot of trash. But we found patches, some of them 300 feet or better, in a hill over from the actual creek. You go up in the hills and you look for the rounded ironstone and stuff that you can tell. You know, it's magnetite and hematite and stuff like that, and quartz, and you can tell it's been river rounded. You get down in there, and we got some pretty nice nuggets out of there. A friend of mine, Jay, got a 6-ouncer up on the side of one of those hills where most people just walk right on by and wouldn't even hunt. Roadrunners is a good club, Paul. A lot of people think they're pretty pricey, but I'll tell you what, the cost of having one claim a year is pretty pricey. With the Roadrunners, you get pretty near 200 of them. And everybody knows my feelings on clubs. It's the best way to learn. I mean, it's the best way to get out there, get in the field, and learn. And if you want to take that knowledge you gain from what you learn on the club claims, finding a little gold, and start advancing outward, then you end up like me, finding gold fairly often. I made some good finds back in the day. It's getting harder these days, but I still find a fair amount of gold. I do okay. Live stream demo show. You mean like with Detectors, James? Hi, Ed. Glad to have you. You're not that late. We've been on about an hour. I keep thinking about bailing, but everybody's still here and talking. Beach hunt. Good luck, man. Get a gold ring. I still haven't found one of those.
Someone asked about WSPA.
Rick, the WSPA still exists. Okay. At this point, I'm the president, and the officers are pretty much still the same. The reason I don't talk about the club bunch of stuff is when we took the club back over and got a new board of directors, there was a lot of hitches in the giddy up, I guess I'll say. And we're still trying to fix that. And as of January 1st, we're going to renew the option to get in the club. We're starting to get some claims back in the club. And we just don't feel right offering the club up to be joined until we actually get enough claims to make it worth your while. But it still exists. We're still out there and we're working on it. Jeremy, thank you. Thank you. I might do one a week. It may be 2 weeks. I don't know. It's hard to tell with me and Tammy. We're really bad at planning. So it might just be tomorrow. She goes, yeah, let's go camping. Boom, we're going. It's just like that. We'll go somewhere and hunt in the field. If we don't have internet, then I won't be on. But
We haven't been able to get out to the Christmas.
yeah, the holidays is what's going on right now, Christmas and everything. So. Okay. Good luck, Blind Monkey. You get a big one, man. Big ring. Big gold ring. Football players ring.
Yeah, right? The diamonds in it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Ed. Thank you. Oh, Idaho. You know, Larry, that's somewhere I've not been to hunt. I rode through there on a motorcycle a bunch, but I never hunted there for gold. My favorite non-gold find. All right. Well, I did this in the other video. Yeah, we know what this one's going to be. I mean, I actually got two of them. I don't know if they're my absolute favorites, but they're cool. Da, da, da. One's lackluster, one's cool. Okay, here's the first one. That creepy little dude was in a wash up under the bank out here at San Domingo. And he is a creepy little bare butt dude. Okay, but drum roll. Here's the cool one. Okay, this doesn't look like much. Okay, I was using a 3500, I do believe, back then, and I dug this from about a foot and a half deep. And it come out of the hole, and I seen it, and I picked it up, and it did this. See that? Okay, well, as it's ringing right here, it's also vibrating. Man, I thought I had a hold of something creepy or a snake, or I didn't know what it was, but I threw it. And it hit the ground, and I looked over there, what the heck is that? Well, you know what it is? It's a Chinese medicine ball. And it's beat up pretty bad for being in a wash. And believe it or not, I found a second one somewhere along the way. I don't know where it is. I think it's over in my store. But I've got two of these. One still has a little enamel on it, but yeah, that's a pretty cool find. Probably a couple of the weirdest ones. I've got a lot of weird stuff from coin and relic hunting, but these two, just because of where I found them, it's pretty weird. I mean, what was the point of this out there?
Honey, what about that crystal necklace you gave me that you found?
Oh yeah, I also found
That's cool.
a necklace.
See it?
Yeah, grab it. I found a necklace that has a quartz crystal on it that probably was used for map dowsing. And I found that in a tailings pile. See you later, Dale. Take care.
Well, I put a necklace on it.
How do you think the XP Deus
but
coil will do out there? Yeah, here's the this out there in the tailings pile.
And it's
pretty wild.
And he gifted it to me.
Yeah, give it to Tammy. The XP Deus.
I think this is nice.
Yeah, it's a good machine. I got nothing bad to say about the machine, except when you're gold hunting, it struggles with the mineralization. But I haven't tried the Deus out here since the newer ones came out. It's been years. But it struggled with some of the mineralization here, but in places like Gold Basin and stuff, it works pretty well. Howard Stern better look out. Yeah, okay. Aliens. You know, I got to tell you something funny about aliens. 220. My friend Lou, I hunted with a lot. He used to tell me, you find golden places, you just can't figure out how the heck it got there. And then you go back, you hunt it out, you hunt it several times, you don't find anything. You go back 6 months later, you find a bunch more nuggets. And he said he figured aliens were going over with giant salt shakers and shaking nuggets out into the gold fields. Chinese listening device. Well, you never know, Dennis. Brass. The little statues made of brass or copper. I believe it might be copper. I don't know. It's but it's no green. I guess it's probably some sort of a brass because it doesn't. There's no green oxidation on it anywhere. And it wasn't when I dug it up either. It almost looks like it was hand carved, but it does have a Chinese face. If you look at the face, Oriental face anyway. Okay, so a very strange find. Probably worth $1 bazillion. It is a little alien made by some Native American. Yeah, I never know. No, it can't, Paul. And Chris Ralph's a good friend of mine. And no, Chris is a good dude. You'll meet him one of these days, I'm sure. Okay, reasonable. They $8.99 is where they start out. If you're military or ex-military, and have your discharge papers, your DD 214 or a military ID, that knocks 15% right off the top. We don't charge shipping either, so there's no tax outside Arizona. North over San Domingo Peak. Some areas, yeah. It gets spottier as you get farther that way, though. Um, you get into secondary enrichment and stuff when you start going up a little bit toward the north and northeast, up way back in there by Upper San Domingo, Eddie Wash, Trophy Wash, some of those other washes up in there. But it's pretty tough to hunt if you're not familiar with some of the geology that is going on up there. It's wild, and but I'm always eager to learn, and I'll hunt any wash. I don't care, and I'm also looking for evidence. It's not as much as finding the gold is the evidence that leads you to believe there might be gold there. And I shot a video today, but I found a little tack, a little round head tacks. People call them shoe nails, but they're not. They're obviously a tack. Okay, shoe nails are small and usually have a bent over bottom with a small head. I mean, if you got big round heads on your shoe nails, you're going to be falling on your butt every time you walk on rocks. So those were furniture tacks. And they use them on the bellows on dry washers. So you find those in a wash, it's a pretty good bet that they were in there either testing or at least working. Yeah, Dennis, that's true. That's true. How about retired military? Oh, area before you find gold, before you claim it. Corey, that depends a lot on where I am and what I'm doing. I check claim status immediately if I find gold in an area I've not been before, even if there's no claim markers show it. It's not the claim owner's fault if somebody comes out there and kicks his markers down every time he puts them up. And if that happens and you find gold on that claim, and look it up, find out it's owned by somebody, well, then it leads you at the point where you communicate with the owner, see if it's okay to hunt there, offer him a deal where you give him part of the gold, or walk away. And generally, if I claim something, I've made a couple trips and found enough gold that I think it's worth claiming. So I'll claim it up and hunt it. Aztec treasure cache. Boy, I wish. Former military is fine too. Okay, Justin Auto. My gold monster is very quiet without the headphones. Yeah, get a hold of them. That's an issue, and they'll take care of that. And try blowing it out with canned air first, and the speaker, where the speaker grill is. Sometimes that'll work. Sometimes you get something in there and it'll cause that, but they'll fix that under warranty if you have a problem. Yep. You're welcome, Sid. Thank you for showing up, man. We're about done here anyway, so I got to eat something. Oh, do I have a shoe tack I can show you?
Oh, I have another question from Brian after that.
From who?
Brian.
Brian. There he is.
Yes, you got another one.
I use Land Matters. Look that one up. Barry's a good friend of mine, and he runs that website. But it's got the most comprehensive information and up-to-date stuff you're going to find anywhere. And he also does it for a living. So if you need help, with locating the claim in an area you're interested in, or getting a claim taken care of without any hitches in the giddy up, get a hold of Barry. Land matters, and you can just do a search for My Land Matters or Land Matters. It'll pop up. Yes, yearly. You renew your claim yearly, and then at that point you're supposed to go out there and check your claim markers and replace them. But that don't mean you have to go out there every 3 months and replace your claim markers. I mean, people kick them down. Yes, they're 4x4 posts, and they're usually white if it's done legally. And there's also a location marker. Doesn't take much to see them way up on the hillside. I mean, white stands out pretty good in the Arizona desert or anywhere else for that matter. Uh-oh, Chihuahua alarm's going off. You're welcome, Roland. Have I ever been bitten by a snake? Yes. But I thought I wanted to be a snake wrangler years and years ago, and I got bit by one. It was my own fault. I've never been threatened or bitten by one just out hunting. This one I picked up and tried to pull him out of the hole. I thought I was quicker than a snake, but I learned I wasn't. Okay. 45 minutes.
No, it was like 15.
Yeah, it took me about 15 minutes, if that.
Yeah, you had to go the other route.
Yeah, I started a new live stream is what I did. I don't know what happened with that other one.
You had trouble. What's the scheduled one?
I'll figure it out. The scheduled one didn't work out for me. Backroads Gold. Yeah, Jack's a good guy. They got some good claims up there too. Treats for Bruno. Yeah, he does need some shoes. No, they aren't shoe tacks. They're for geez, I wish I had a picture of one. I got some out in my pouch, but it's out in the dark in the buggy. I don't feel like going out there and raffle around and find it. Good night, Dennis. Not right, Johnny. Detecting junkie. Karen meant any what? Spell check got you, did it?
What?
Spell check got Johnny.
It says anybody else digging that claim with permission without a license.
A private claim? No, nobody can get on your claim and hunt for minerals. You can camp there. You better not be digging anything but a poop hole with your shovel or you get in trouble. When you get a mining claim, you own the mineral rights, not the land, not the land itself. You do not own it. If you show up out there and somebody's camping and they're there with their 2 kids and their dog and they're enjoying a weekend on your claim on the river, is what it is. They have a legal right to do that. If you come down there and they got a gold pan in their hands, it's a whole different ballgame. You can ask them to leave. Okay. Okay, well, Merry Christmas to you, James. And I'm going to shut this thing down, too. I got to eat some supper. And I really appreciate all you folks that showed up and all the tips and stuff I got. Man, I can't believe it. All you guys that donated on here, please send me your address. SouthernDesert1@google.com. Okay? It's pretty easy. And that info, or you can use my other email address, nuggetshooter@outlook.com. But I'd like to reciprocate a little bit on some of this stuff. And good night, all. And I'll be doing another one. And probably after Christmas. Thank you, Dennis. All right, Johnny, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you, Charlie, Roland, Corey. Man, it's just crazy, man. I'm overwhelmed. I'm kind of humbled. Thank you very much. And I can shoot her out. What a great day.